Hello everyone and welcome to another Market Outlook by XNES. Before we proceed with this week's idea, let's check on the performance of past week. Past week's idea was for a potential long position on silver after some retracement around the 24.50 price area with a potential target around the 25.50. The idea was triggered and it's currently in the upside, making the idea of past weeks valid. My name is Andreas Semistokleous, trading specialist at XNES, and together with us today we have Stanislav Pernikov, senior trading specialist, to provide the trading idea for this week. Hello Stan, and thanks for joining us.
Hello Andreas, thank you for having me today.
So what are your thoughts on the trading idea for this week?
Alright, let's see what we have. I'm thinking of a potential long for Bitcoin. So basically it looks very strong. So the price action for the last 2 months was strong, pointing to some accumulation of Bitcoin from quite big market participants, and now it's positioned at the good level, which is the dynamic support area, the area between 20 and 50-day moving averages. Yesterday was a quite good bullish day, which means that might be the beginning of the bullish swing. So I consider buying Bitcoin with a target of 29, 30,000. Well, I don't think it will cross the previous resistance very quickly, but at least we can see the upswing. So normally when we see such kind of strong trend, so that's much easier to first turn into sideways action rather than reversing for the trend, so we can absolutely play on the long side.
And what are some of the narratives or the factors affecting this trading idea?
Okay, when we speak about Bitcoin, it's difficult to outline any fundamentals because this is an alternative investment vehicle. However, we can first of all pay attention to Fear and Greed Index, which is in the 56 territory, which is greed, but not too greedy. In other words, the optimism had not reached extreme levels for Bitcoin, so we are still, I think, far from the peak. This is absence of ideas. We see absence of ideas in fiat markets with flattening expectations about interest rates. So you see that investors are anticipating that interest rate is not going to change within this year. It's going to stay at around 5% level, which diminishes capital flows in the debt market. So we've seen that, by the way, on currency markets. They are not moving much right now. Stocks are also not moving much because there are still a lot of recession indicators which are underwater, as for example, Conference Board Leading Index. As investors in the stock market lack some conviction and confidence buying stocks, so Bitcoin becomes one of the alternative vehicles which actually gets into the radar of traders. We have earnings weeks today, so that might actually affect some stocks and Bitcoin too.
Okay, and in terms of economic data, what is there for the traders to watch out for?
So from a macro standpoint, there is not much to be posted. Well, I would outline only GDP growth rate for US, which gonna be published on Thursday. This is end of month. Usually all important news are concentrated in the beginning of the next month. But we also have bunch of earnings reports for the first quarter, which are gonna be posted this week. So a lot of big companies such as, Microsoft, that was posted yesterday. So Meta is gonna be posted today. Tomorrow is gonna be posted Amazon. So ExxonMobil and Chevron will be on Friday. So a lot of earnings by big companies. So we will actually get the idea about corporate sector. That might be one of the components in this equation, and investors might get more clarity about potential recession. And of course, it might affect Bitcoin too.
Okay, so in summary, the trading idea for this week is for a long position on Bitcoin with a potential target around the 30,000 price area. The narratives behind this idea is that the Fear and Greed Index is indicating greed sentiment in the market, and also the interest rates are stabilizing, limiting the aggressive flow into the debt market and the stock market. And in terms of economic data, we have the US GDP growth publication on Thursday, and also we have major companies' earnings releases this week. Thank you, Stan, for providing the trading idea.
Thank you, Andreas. Don't forget, this is just the idea. Do your own research and never forget to manage risk.